Mr. Toby, I left Nigeria around 2014 with so many problems like hunger, insurgency, massive corruption, economic recession, unemployment. That is why I leave the country to start new life. I know that Nigeria have another administration that take over. Did they put Nigeria in a right track? Yes, quite sure. All problems that you have mentioned, they are now history in Nigeria. How? Because President Muhammadu Buhari used strategies, experience, exuberance, administrative, and political machineries to solve Nigerian problems. What are the current situation? About insurgency in Northeast and Niger Delta crises and herdsmen's killing in Benue. As a former military general, he used his experience in solving Nigerian crisis and insurgency. He achieved so many things. Some of them are the release of 106 Chibok girls, as well as over 16,000 persons in Boko Haram captivity. Recovering 14 local governments and territories previously under Boko Haram control in the Northeast. Rebuilding lives of citizens there. About 1 million displaced persons in the Northeast have returned to their communities in 2 years of this administration. Restoring morale of the Nigerian military, reorganizing and better equipping the Nigerian armed forces with prompt payment and various incentives. Purchase of 12 Super Tucano aircrafts worth $600 million to aid the Nigerian military's current operations in the Northeast. Introduction of an improved mechanism for distribution of aid to IDPs in the Northeast through the establishment of the Special Intervention Program of the federal government. Door-to-door strategy. Securing Benue and ending farmers-herders clashes. Ensuring continued peace in the Niger Delta through consistent funding of the federal government amnesty program for ex-militants. Nigerians now celebrate freely during festive periods without any fear of bomb blast or any attack by Boko Haram. It was an impossible dream years ago before this government came on board. I need to know about the economy. How did he take Nigeria out of recession? We used to spend almost $3 billion on rice importation. Now rice importation has been cut by 80%. Reduction in rice imports as a result of government's policies that has encouraged massive rice production across Nigeria. Nigeria's foreign reserves have risen to $41 billion as at February 8, 2018, from $40.4 billion as at early January 2018. From the Federal Inland Revenue Service (FIRS), tax revenue collected totaled $4.3 trillion in 2017. Implementing the National Economic Recovery and Growth Plan (ERGP) to aid economic recovery, taking the country out of her worst recession in 29 years, despite fallen oil prices. And $1.2 trillion expended on capital infrastructure projects nationwide, a milestone in the nation's history. Effective implementation of the Treasury single account, and increasing government revenue by over $3 trillion, as well as entrenching transparency and accountability. Implementation of the Bank Verification Number (BVN), thus tackling corruption by plugging loopholes for siphoning of public fund and tracking of illicit funds through multiple accounts. Implementing reforms in the civil service, which has led to the elimination of over 30,000 ghost workers, thereby saving the country billions of naira monthly. SIP. Conditional Cash Transfer (CCT) scheme, under which about 25,000 less privileged Nigerians so far are now being funded with the monthly N5,000 stipend in 9 pilot states: Bauchi, Borno, Cross Rivers, Ekiti, Kwara, Kogi, Niger, Osun, and Oyo. More beneficiaries are expected to be added in more states. Phasing out subsidy for petroleum products, elimination of fuel scarcity and queues in petrol stations. Encouraging the patronage of local contents and increasing export in agriculture. Bailout of cash crunch states: about $689 billion to 27 states of the Federation to pay salaries in 2015, which has never happened in the history of the country. 11 of the dead 33 fertilizer plants have been resuscitated, while 4 others are to be revived shortly, and this has profound impact on the ongoing revolution in the agricultural sector. And Power Scheme, which is targeted at providing jobs for unemployed young graduates, has recruited 200,000 youths, and will increase that number in 2018. What about corruption fight? Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC). The commission recovered in excess of 500 billion naira in 2017, including 473 billion in Naira, 98 million in USD, 7 million in Euros, and 294,000 in pounds sterling. Prosecuting alleged corrupt public officers and recovering billions of Naira of stolen public funds and the successful establishment of the whistleblower policy. Very nice. The Buhari-led administration is very much committed to achieving 95% of what it has promised. Nigerians all around can testify to all of these achievements in a pace of less than 3 years. We Nigerians, we will continue to support a working, corrupt-free and progressive governance of this administration, and I will come back from exile. This video is by Amarsi Roma, sponsored by Dr. A.B. Bafa. Phone number 080335533319.